Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
Yesterday we were dispatched just before 3 o'clock for a report of a large structure fire in a commercial area. As we were responding, we observed a large developing black smoke column, so we knew we were going to be going to work. As we arrived on location, we didn't have an actual structure fire. We had a large rubbish fire in a recycling facility. There were several storage containers that were also involved, but it was a relatively large pile of mixed fuels, including some tires. So our crews went into a defensive exterior attack. We had to provide protection and exposure support for these structures that were for normal operation, as well as large heavy equipment, some materials that were additional piles that were in a close area, and also the highway going next to the road, or in the roadway next to the facility. It's our understanding there were many witnesses that say it started with a large explosion followed by an immediate heavy fire condition, and that is supported by the personnel that were working on site, as well as several law enforcement agencies and officials who are doing some training in the area.
Did it start from a propane tank? Is that what the idea is now?
It can't be totally ruled out, but it is thought that there's some kind of flammable gas that may have been trapped under the pile, and then through the normal operation it was an ignition source which caused the explosion, then followed by the heavy fire. There was explosions throughout the event. Crews were maintaining a safe area. We created a safety perimeter of the area. Law enforcement did just an excellent job keeping people away and keeping both the pedestrian and vehicle traffic at bay.
Did it extend to any further facilities, or you said some storage units, right?
There were some storage containers that were involved from the initial fire, but once we arrived on location, established our water supplies, and got our master streams in service, there was no further extension to any of the nearby exposure structures or equipment. 4
engines with 4 master streams to get this fire under control.
Yes, and then we also had a mutual aid come in from Mercury. They assisted us both at the site or the scene, and then also with any additional calls that we were receiving. We had, I think, several motor vehicle accidents, medical emergencies that were also occurring. It really wasn't at the fault of the facility. They were doing their operation. It appears they were doing it correctly. It was just one of those things that occurred in this particular instance. They were very helpful throughout the event. At one point, when the fire was placed under control, we brought in a piece of heavy equipment to make the piles a little bit smaller, more manageable, making sure there was no further hidden fire. And it worked very well, and they were very cooperative.
Are they open for business?
Yes, I checked on them this morning, went up, and I spoke with the owner, and they are back operating. They are still clearing some of that debris pile out, but they are back open for service.